Hi everyone! In this episode, we will talk about the lessons that my mom learned that lasted her over a lifetime and the circumstances around them. It may seem boring just from the summary, but it's actually interesting, so please bear with me. When my mom was 9 years old, my grandpa had a drinking spree after office hours. Why he was spending his money on drinks when he had to support many children is beyond me. Maybe he was just letting out the stress of everything. When my grandma arrived from her farm to their home, there was no cooked rice. There was paksiw from lunch, but no cooked rice since Grandpa had not yet gone home from the office. My grandma asked my mom where he was. She did not know as she had just finished pounding the palay that is needed for the next day's meals. She was so tired and hungry, but she ran to look for Grandpa. He did not go home until 7:45 p.m., which was way past their dinner time. When he arrived home, my grandparents fought because he did not go home first to cook rice before he went drinking with his friends. Not one of them cooked rice, so they all went to bed hungry. My grandma was too tired to cook rice. My mom didn't know how to cook rice. My mom wanted to go to great uncle's house at the time to ask for cooked rice, and she decided not to because great uncle would have scolded my grandpa for drinking. Because of this incident, my mom asked her neighbor to teach her how to cook rice and fish so that they wouldn't go to bed hungry. Slowly, she learned how to cook, which later became one of her sources of income. To this day, my mom is a phenomenal cook. There's just something in her cooking that is different from most. I still stand by the declaration that her arroz caldo is the best I've ever had. Here comes a very exciting but also very scary incident. My mom was 11 years old at the time. It was after the Angelus that summer night when suddenly my mom heard a loud bang. Uncle Junior and my mom were sitting on their porch when it happened talking about my mom's lessons. Somebody wanted to kill Uncle Junior. The place they were sitting made him an easy target. So this person took this chance to shoot him. However, instead of aiming for my Uncle Junior, it ended up aimed towards my mom. I can only call it a divine intervention that the bullet missed. My mom said it was barely a hairline away from her shoulder. Immediately, my uncle reacted, signaling their dog Cabal to run after the culprit. Then my uncle and my mom ran to Uncle Judge's house to ask for guns. Uncle Judge actually heard the commotion as his house was only a few meters away. Immediately, he summoned all the male relatives to his house to prepare for an attack. That time, there was no other means of communication other than to send someone to do so. He asked his trusted caretakers to ask all male relatives familiar with guns. That was when my mom first experienced to be in the midst of uncharted territory. They were targets and they were in danger. It was rare for anyone to target her family due to their reputation, as well as Uncle Junior's reputation in particular. My mom told me that he wouldn't take things sitting down if someone hurt his family. Her uncle had some guns ready thanks to the pirate attacks that the island experienced. His house and my mom's house were near the entry point to the town Prosper. That was the first time my mom was taught to handle a gun. It was my mom who was almost hit by the bullet, so her uncle told her to be ready since she may have been a target too. Now, you're probably wondering who shot at them and why they did it. The shooter was a nephew of the chief of the police at the time. Not to mistake my mom's uncle who was the chief of police. That uncle eventually retired and to pursue a different career. As for the reason why, a few days before this incident, Uncle Junior had asked him not to say vulgar words when he is drunk. The man was an habitual drunk, and my Uncle Junior was an elementary teacher at the time. He had been passing by when he heard the vulgar words. The guy took it badly, so that afternoon he started drinking again, and when he saw Uncle Junior and my mom sitting on the porch, he took the chance and tried to shoot at him. Since this may have been a spur of the moment decision, I'm not sure if he cared that my mom could have been collateral damage if he had killed her. Someone who had been witnessing the entire situation threw a bench at the shooter, so he was unable to fire the second shot. Cabal, their guard dog, ran after the shooter, and he ran to their house to escape. My uncle tried to shoot back, but was stopped by their uncle Judge. He advised everyone to just stay put at his house and be prepared for any attack. They waited a long time. My mom said they waited until midnight to make sure there were no more attacks. The shooter did not attempt to go near my great uncle's house, as the shooter's uncle, the chief of police then, advised him to stop harassing my mom's family. He told him that Uncle Junior was right in asking him to refrain from using vulgar words. It was an intense experience for my mom, but she learned how to handle a shotgun to protect herself and her family. Such incidents may have prepared her for her tumultuous life. I honestly don't know how I would react at being just a breath away from being hit by a bullet. When she told this story, never once did she mention she was scared, even after nearly being shot. It seems that even at this point, my mom was never scared of dying. I mean, she had even asked her Uncle Josh to shoot her at one point. That makes me wonder why she never cared. But she didn't know the answer either, even if I asked her. I suppose the fearlessness that the Abaknons had developed after being attacked by pirates for generations had been inherited by her. The lesson she learned from that incident was that nobody is allowed to disrespect our abode. She keeps that notion to this day. As for the aftermath of that incident, they all had midnight snacks of donuts and chocolate drinks prepared by the wife of my great uncle. He told them to go home, but to stay in high alert for at least a month. Everyone should watch over their shoulders when they are on the streets, and if there are any suspicious characters lurking around, they should alert everyone in the family to be prepared. Of course, everyone listened to him. What a united family my mom had from her mother's side. She said she couldn't ask for more from that side of her family. To this day, they're always nice to us. Oh, and if you're wondering about if the family still had the guns, no. They were surrendered when martial law was enacted. Just as well. They didn't need it as much anymore, since there were no more pirate attacks by then. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed the story. Please like and subscribe. Thank you so much. Bye.